Hey, what's up YouTube fam? Brandon Weaver here once again. How to get a 700 plus credit score. 700, 726, 760, 780, 800. How do you get it? How do you get that? All right, let's get right into it. 35% of your history. All right, 35% of your history is your payment history. 35% of what makes up your FICO score is your payment history, okay? So the highest FICO achievers, those individuals with the 700, 720, 780, 800s, okay? 98% of them have no missed payment history, okay? And this comes right for FICO. If you log into the My FICO app, they'll tell you a lot of their breakdown of what the highest achievers typically have. Okay, they may not say exactly how you can do this, but they'll say, hey, this is probably about what the highest achievers have. 98% have no missed payment history. So that's number one. That's the first thing out of the gate. You know, you want that all on-time payment history. So if you got these negative, nasty, erroneous, unverified accounts, you can dispute those. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, okay? Also, the education of disputing the late payments using goodwill letters, okay? Proven. I have people all the time email, say, hey, I had auto pay on there. I don't know why I would have a late payment. Reaching out to them, letting them know, hey, you're doing something wrong. This is inaccurate, okay? Disputing unverified accounts, unverified late payments, goodwill letters, all of it, all right? So really no missed payments. 98% have no missed payments, but if they're over 4 years old, okay, so the age of the late payment is also important, but really no late payments, no public records, no collection, so everything's clean, right? Everything's clean. So that's the part that we're disputing, cleaning up. People emailed in, you've seen reviews here, you've seen testimonials here, you've seen videos here of people being able to do it. You could potentially be the next one to do it as well, all right? Now 30% is the amount of debt. 30% is your amount of debt. So right there, that's a big chunk, right? 65%. Less than 7% credit utilization. Now we've gone over that before. A lot of people will say, hey, get at least under 30% short. But you're going for the highest echelon, okay? Under 10%, fine, but what we know is that the highest FICO earners from My FICO, what they've said in their bullet points, which I've looked through, okay, in their app, under 7% utilization. Also, 3 accounts, 3 revolving accounts, right? 3 revolving accounts that are utilized. Total balance of your revolving accounts, your credit cards, and your opened end cards, which are your charge cards. Okay, there's a difference between a credit card and a charge card. Credit card, you can revolve that account, that revolving balance, where you could carry over a balance every month if you wanted to, which we try not to do here, right? We try not to do. But your open-ended cards have to be paid off in 30 days. Your charge cards are those Amex charge cards, okay? So the total balance of your revolving and open-ended accounts, you owe less than $2,500 in total on them when they report, basically, okay? So you don't have these big balances, so they're not worried about it. Now, that is a little bit smaller of a scenario, okay? That's not a massive deal, as it is part of your 30% of the debt. So if you're under 7% utilization, you're using 3 of your accounts, your revolving or charge card accounts, 3 of them. I remember I was using 2 and my score wasn't as strong, so I was using 3, okay? And you're not maxing them out, you're probably okay, you know, so there might be some wiggle room with that 2,500. You might be a little bit lower, you might be a little bit less, but you don't have to carry 2,500, you just want to keep it under 2,500. Now, 15% is the length of credit, okay? Most people want to work on their length of credit. I want to work on it myself. I'm a young man, right? So you want to look at that. 15% length of credit. Okay, the highest echelon individuals have 9 years or more of average age of credit, and their oldest accounts, and that includes their mortgages or loans or whatever from school or whatever, wherever they've got, right? 25 years or more for highest, okay? 10% is your new credit, so inquiries are actually pretty small. You just want to keep that, you know, down if you know what you're doing, right? You're not getting approved for stuff. It's a non-account holding inquiry. Maybe you need to dispute it. 10% is credit mix. Now this is something that's intriguing. Not only do you want to have your revolving accounts and your charge cards, but you want to have installment loans, potentially like a mortgage, car note. Self-lender is a good one. Most of the high echelon FICO people, those big scores, have about 5 installment accounts, okay? Now I'm not saying you need to rush out and get 5 installment accounts, but I'm saying you might have a car, you might have a mortgage, you might have a self-lender, might be helpful, and most have 7 bank cards in line with their store cards, and potentially have up to 12 revolving accounts, including their charge cards, store cards, but 7 of them are major banks, all right? So that's a brief overview of how you can get to the top If this video helped you out, please give a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and bell for notifications. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.